Murphy is a bald eagle who cannot fly. Years ago, an injury left him permanently grounded, and he has lived under the care of the World Bird Sanctuary in Missouri. In March 2023, the caretakers there began to notice something that made them stop and look twice. Murphy was building a nest. He gathered twigs one by one. He arranged them carefully. Then he settled into the nest and began to brood just as a wild eagle would during nesting season. There was only one strange detail. The egg he guarded so fiercely was not an egg at all. It was a rock. Day after day, Murphy sat over the stone with complete dedication. If another eagle wandered too close, he drove it away. He protected his nest with the same intensity any wild parent would show. The staff watched quietly. The sight was touching, but there was also something sad about it. Murphy's instincts were strong. His determination was real. Yet the nest held nothing but a cold piece of earth. Then something unexpected happened. Around that same time, the sanctuary received an orphan eaglet. The tiny bird had no parents and little chance of surviving on its own. It needed warmth, protection, and constant care. The caretakers looked at Murphy. If this eagle could guard a rock with such fierce devotion, what might he do if the chick were real? Carefully, they decided to try. The rock was lifted from the nest. The small eaglet was placed in its place. For a brief moment, everyone waited. Murphy leaned forward. He studied the tiny bird. Then, without hesitation, he settled over the chick and pulled it gently beneath his wings. From that moment on, Murphy became exactly what the young bird needed. He fed the eaglet. He kept it warm through the night. He stood guard over the nest with quiet determination. The same instinct that once protected a stone was now giving a helpless life a chance to grow. Word of Murphy's story quickly spread far beyond the sanctuary. People around the world followed the progress of the unlikely father and the chick he had chosen to raise. Murphy cannot soar the sky the way wild eagles do. That part of his life ended long ago. But in another way, his spirit never left the air. A bird that once sat over a rock out of pure instinct became the protector of a living chick that had no one else. His story reminds us that patience, care, and devotion often matter more than blood or circumstance. Sometimes love begins in the most unlikely place, even a nest that once held nothing but a stone. Do not mistake gentleness for weakness. Gentleness is strength with a clean heart. It is power that chooses not to harm when it easily could. Hold those you love with respect, not with possession, not with fear. Love is not a rope. Love is a safe place. If you want loyalty, be worthy of it. If you want trust, move slowly and honestly. The wolf does not follow loud promises. The wolf follows presence. When your spirit is broken, do not harden, do not become sharp. Return to what heals. Return to the quiet. Return to the land that never stopped holding you. Listen to the teaching. The world will try to teach you to take. Your ancestors teach you to honor, to protect, to share, to walk in balance. So today, speak softer, forgive sooner, stand up for what is right without turning your heart into stone. And when you feel alone, remember this: you are not alone, you are in the circle.
Have to recognize, of course, that it's Mother's Day. Mother's Day, Father's Day, every day is Children's Day, whatever, are such heartfelt days because we honor our mother, and we have to include the fathers. We have to honor our mother. We honor our mother, and we honor our fathers because they formulate who we become. sometimes in a not necessarily good way, and other times they're the wonderful source of just love, unconditional love, and learning and experiencing. So it can go either way. But hopefully, no matter how your beginnings start, whether it is with great support or whether you could have used more embracing from that mother, somehow we all grow up and learn in our own way how to nurture. And I think that's really important to recognize, because each year when we gather here, we talk about Mother's Day and we include all the mothers. And then we say, but there are many men who are nurturers, who are the heads of the family, because either through a divorce or through the passing of a wife, that they become the role of the mother. So in recognizing that there are mothers that are nurturers, there are fathers that are nurturers, there are friends and family members that are nurturers, that's all part of mothering. So we honor that part of you, whether you're a male, female, no matter how you are incorporated into your family and your friends, there is that mothering and nurturing. And if I can bring things up, I don't love technology, by the way, for most everybody knows that about me. But if I can, and that's why we have people like Leslie and Candy and, all these people who can contribute and things. So, but on my phone yesterday, I did find, just to give you a little representation of mothers, I did not just put in mothers, because I knew that it goes so much further, as I said to you. So it says, mothers and fathers represent selfless, unconditional love, acting as foundational pillars of strength and sacrifice who guide children through life. They serve as first heroes, offering protection, support, and wisdom, while teaching resilience through their own actions rather than just their words. The enduring impact makes them irreplaceable anchors in a person's life. Now, in saying that, I also wanted to look up motherly friends and family members are nurturing, protective, and organized individuals who provide comfort, support, and practical care, acting as safe spaces, which I love. When you think about that, that's what most of our friends and families provide for us, is a safe place. Or cheerleaders in your life, often described as gentle and empathetic. They bring stability to relationships. They are key. These key figures can be found among friends, relatives, and online communities and churches. So that's exactly why we all gather here. The reason that I wanted to bring the mother, father, like we pray mother, father, God here a lot, I wanted to bring in that mother, father situation, because we're all nurturers in our own way. And it doesn't take just a woman to create that. So I'm going to now tell you the story of the process of moving here, how I can bring my mother and mothering and family members into all of this. About 4 months ago, when we knew that we were going to be moving back, we started the process of cleaning out our home. And after almost 52 years, we're close to 52 years of being married, needless to say, the amount of things that have accumulated in her house were overindulgent. And I'm taking credit for that too, Ken, so don't worry, I'm not pointing fingers at you. It was unbelievable how many things we accumulated that never needed to be kept as long as they were. And I'll explain to you how that brings me into Mother's Day. As I look at 50,000 knickknacks, I call them, because that's what my mother called them, on a TV stand in our living room. And I would look around and go, Mom gave me that. That was from Mom's house. Mom gave me that too. Okay, Ken gave me that one. This one gave me this one. It was all about love, all about the items they gave us that created that loving environment that we lived in. So now, how do you get rid of that? I've had them for years, and yet I knew that the new place we were going into was not going to have space for this, not like we had before. So I would look at things and try to remember the memory okay, mom gave me this because she said um, a certain thing. Like there was a little bird that she had given me, and she said, it's like a nurturing thing where you love a bird or you let go of a butterfly, all these things. And she loved butterflies, and we used to call her, say that she was a bluebird because she had the most intense blue eyes. So it was those memories that went along with every item that I came across. Okay, so then we would stand there and go, okay, can I get rid of this? And to be honest with you, as we were doing it, it would be like, can I get rid of this? Okay, take it. Just take it now. And I won't look at it again. And I have to tell you, Ken made 10 trips to Goodwill, 10 full carloads of getting rid of things that were so much a part of our life, no matter who they came from, whether they came from my mother and father, your Ken's parents, whatever the case may be. And you say, how do you let go of this? And then you've heard me say this before. I reflect back to years ago when another reverend had said, your memories are in your heart and not in your possessions. So that was the thought as we were getting rid of these things. Then I thought to myself, okay, I can challenge that. What if my memory goes? Then my memories are not in my heart and the possession is gone. But then I thought, well, doesn't matter because I'm not going to remember that it's gone anyway. So let's just get rid of it. So that's how this decluttering of the house kept going. Then I would go into cards. Now, this is an embarrassment. I have saved cards from my mother, from Ken, from the kids for probably 40 years. There are cards that say, oh, Mom, you're the best. I want to remind them now that they said that, but they did say that years ago. Or loving cards from Ken, cards from my mother. My mother was very big on writing notes in every single card. The only thing that I regret is she did not date her cards or her notes. And please, I'm giving you advice. All of you learn to put your date on things, because when you're looking through things, it's almost that feeling of wanting to know when this inspiration came to you and everything. So I'm looking through cards, and I'm going, oh my gosh, how do I get rid of these cards? Well, I want you to know that 75% still came with me, but 25% became, okay, I love you, they're here, they're gone, whatever the case may be. Then you would come across little notes that my mother would actually, when she was coming to visit in her other home, she would tack on to like the kids' doors, right, Ken? She would put them on the doors. I had a wonderful time being here with you. I can't wait till I see you again. Bye for now. And she always signed her cards and her notes, will always love you forever and always, which is how I sign my cards as well. My point in saying this to you is my father was not of that personality. My mother was larger than life and was able to express all those things and make us feel safe and secure, even in the midst of her anger, even in the midst of her going, get out of my sight kind of situation. She was able to give that to us. My father was quieter, but he lended the feeling of security. I felt secure with him. I didn't feel his words of love and admiration, but I knew he was taking care of his family, and I felt that. That's where all this nurturing comes from, whether you're a mother on Mother's Day, a father on Father's Day, or friend and family member. I have so many friends from this center, and even, just people I've met over the years that have been my major support and have held my heart for years. And I know when I have a problem, I can call them up and tell them what I'm going through, because sometimes the people closest to you are not the ones that you can easily say what you're feeling, because they may not be able to offer the most objective opinion. But in saying that, I know those girlfriends and even friends, guy friends, that I can call and say, this is how I'm feeling. Is that a normal reaction? Hopefully they say yes. They don't always say yes, but hopefully they say yes. So love and nurturing are, yes, certainly something you want from your mother, but they can come from anybody. They can come from an organization. They can come from a church center. They can come from walking in a park and meeting people. Do you recall when we met, you, Sharon, and I, when we were walking? and you get that feeling of being brought in closer to that person and feeling loved and nurtured and so happy to be a part of somebody else's life. That to me is what mothering is. Like I said, can happen from at any time from anywhere. So in going through the house and cleaning up all these things, yes, we did get rid of a lot of things, but even the things that I got rid of, I'm still talking about them. I'm still saying it was so neat to find that in the closet. Like the other day, I found, this is embarrassing in a way, but the other day I found a decoupage. I don't know if that's what they used to call it when you would put all these different pictures together and lacquer it. When Ken and I were dating and we went to see the show Hair, that is going back a really, really long time. But when I picked that up and I saw it, and I remembered creating it out of love and memory, it was all because of the fact of nurturing each other and nurturing the love and the compassion that we have for each other. Now, with this move, I have to say, I'm glad none of you are a fly on the wall because there's been a lot of anxiety. There's been a lot of back and forth, like, I can't do this anymore kind of thing. But when you're looking through your things, hold on to the nurturing, loving memories they bring. You can get rid of the actual object itself because you know what? That's not, whether it's our family in spirit or whether it is people on this earth plane with us who have given us these things, that's not what it's all about. It's not those things. Please learn from what we've gone through and empty, empty, empty if you can, and hold on to the memories. But I honor all of you mothers on Mother's Day. I honor any of you who give care and attention to other people, which is all of us here. I honor the fathers who have been very present in their children's life and a lot of times take a lot of time trying to develop their children and grandchildren and everything. But just know that it's really what's in here that is that mothering feeling. It's not what you're surrounding yourself with in your home. And I do have to close by saying that at times when I was having the most difficult time getting rid of things that were my mom's, I heard my mom say, Linny, get rid of it now. It's just going to haunt you no matter where you go. Get rid of it now. And that was almost her saying to me, it's okay. I know it's touching your heart and it's hurting you to get rid of it because you associate it with me, but that's not where I am. That's not a part of what's going to progress your life. So I would just like to honor you all today and thank you for listening and hope that you have, all of you, a very good Mother's Day. For the men, I hope you honor your wives. I hope you honor your mothers if they're still on the earth plane. And hopefully I'll be back at Father's Day and we'll do a similar speech. So thank you very much.